This mission trip was by far one of the most amazing things I've ever been on. It was inspirational, rewarding, and I made so many new friends. It took all my nerves away when going into the trip.
The National Cathedral was really amazing. When everybody first walked in, you could just see everybody's faces. They were all in awe. I mean, you just looked up. It must have been like 200 feet high. There was great arches. It was beautifully built, and the stained glass was amazing too. Well, actually, it was really interesting because me and Becca, we went down just like adventuring for the service that we went to later, and we went down to like the basement, I guess, where the crypt is, and I think there were some people buried there, but it was interesting because we actually got lost there for like 10 minutes, and it was a good lost because we saw a bunch of beautiful murals, and it was really great down there. Even though we were lost, the building was so amazing that it didn't even matter because the murals, they were really great, and we could just see like a lot more, maybe than other people did not see.
I think everyone should get a chance to go on the detour because throughout the week, I made friendships that I would have never made if I hadn't gone on that trip. There were so many people that really touched my heart, and I got to see everyone really open up their hearts, and it was nice to work with people that all believed in the same thing, and we were all working together to do God's work.
Probably the very late nights that we had playing euchre in my room. We played euchre until about 4 a.m. and drove Mary Ellen crazy, and just how awesome it was with all the guys. That there was no problems. We were just having fun, and win or lose, it always was just fun to see who would win the next game or something like that. It was just a great time.
It was so much fun just seeing them have so much fun. Everything to them was a game, a dance, a song. They just had so much fun in everything that they did. Yet when we brought it together in the evenings for the devotionals, I was so impressed at what they were able to take away from the day and how they were blessed and how they blessed others around them. It was also really neat. There were times when I wanted to get in there and take over in mom mode and kind of get it all done. And I said, no, I need to pull back, and I did. And it was so neat to see the leadership and to see all of the things that the kids can really do on their own. They're wonderful.
I saw God during the detour at the women's shelter, my sister's place, just like seeing the faces of the women light up when you would bring them hot chocolate or food or just have a simple conversation with them about how their day was going so far. And I also saw God when we were gardening at Yo Baltimore. We had the chance to meet with Ty and Carlos, who were students there, and they were just trying to turn their life around like one step at a time and earn their GED diploma. So I thought that was cool.
I would definitely be the Freedom School, and it was an inner city school. It was going through a lot of problems. It was very well, or not very well upkept. The principal just actually left at the end of the school year, and the books were all over the place. The place was just a mess. And what we did was we took all the dirty old books out from an old room. We boxed them all up, and we put them so that trucks could ship them to other schools. The good books, the bad books, we threw away. And it was just the people that were in my group. I was called like Farm Boy from some movie I didn't understand, but they thought it was funny. And just the way that we all acted, we all had fun doing it no matter what, because it seemed like an impossible task to accomplish, and we finally ended up doing it in the time frame. It was a great feeling of accomplishment, being able to help these people and do this on the seemingly impossible goal.
I saw God in the two services that I did, both the soup kitchens, which were Our Daily Bread, and my sister's place. It was really amazing because there's people there that serve there every single day, and they give like all their time just serving there, and I saw God through all of them.
I saw God in all the volunteers that gave up their free time to go help out people, because in my own free time at home I would not have done that, and now after the detour I definitely would.
I saw God at the Esperanza Center. There was a little boy who was about 3 years old, and they came in with his mom and his little sister who was a newborn, and so he was trying to play with his sister, and she was too young, and his mom was pushing him away, saying, no, you can't do this, and he was crying because he wanted to. And so there was this guy sitting behind the desk, and he was it was rush hour and so everyone was busy, so he could have been doing something else. But he decided that he would come out with paper and some crayons and he would sit and draw with the little boy for a little while until he stopped crying, so I thought that was sweet.
When I was in Baltimore, I saw God in this 70-year-old lady. She was helping garden at, it was called Hebcack. I forget what the name actually was, but she was just like helping. She was keeping up with all the younger kids, and she also has like a farm where she grows produce and she sells it, and she was just doing a lot, and I was really impressed.
Oh my gosh, I saw God in so many places. I saw him in the people that I worked with, and I saw him in the places where I worked. I spent 2 days at an inner city elementary school, and it was just so evident that they needed some kind of structure. They were so disorganized. They had books and books that had never been opened. They had no way of organizing, or they weren't using a system that kept them organized. And I was so discouraged and so distraught, thinking we were just putting a Band-Aid on and wanting them to have more help than that. And on the second day, the folks that I were with, Leah and Maggie and Carlos, Griffin, and Terry, they just all uplifted me, and they said, just look what we have done. Look what a blessing. Look at how far we have brought them in just the 2 days that we've been here. And then the end of that day, there was a new principal at the school, Tetra, and she came in and she had a huge smile, and she was so happy to see what we were able to accomplish for them. And I saw in her the hope that the school needed, because she had a clear vision of how to organize the school and get it together so that they would be able to use everything that they had on hand. And she wants to send us pictures of when everything's all together, of her bulletin boards and a bright and cheery school.
I saw God at the Barkley Recreation Center when we were in Baltimore, and there was a woman there named Hannah, and she kind of runs this community area where kids can go like after school or during the summer and just get a chance to hang out with their friends and learn and just have fun.
I saw God especially in one day our service place was at Blue Water, Baltimore, and it had to do with planting trees in like this super hot heat. Anyways, the main lady, her name was Elise, she was amazing. I saw God through her the whole time, and she was compassionate, she had dedication, and she just loved her job, and it was amazing that we got to like help her do what she does every day. Well, maybe not every day, but most of the time. And just, it was rewarding just to see God through her.
I saw God in a girl that met us down there named Heather Walls. She grew up in Prince of Peace, and it just really showed me that where I am right now, how far I can grow and where I can go in my life.
I definitely grew in praying, because before the detour I didn't pray very much, and during the detour and after the detour I actually began to pray. Like at the community gardens that we were at with Micah, I was like, hey guys, let's pray at the end of this. I invited everyone in to pray, and we all prayed together, and that was really cool. And now I'm praying a lot more at home and stuff. So.
Little things, like when we were in Baltimore, we did big service projects, and I'm not really able to do that here because I don't have a ton of time, but just little things like going and talking to someone for a few minutes and finding out what you can pray for them about, or what you can pray for them, and just praying for them, and it's just little stuff like that.
I grew in encouragement. Throughout the week we write each other happy fun notes, and it just really teaches you how to look into a person that you don't even know that much and realize how good they are and how much good they can do to the world.
Since I've gotten back from the detour, I've gotten a lot closer to God. I actually made a lot more friends on the detour, so I've been talking to them a lot, and I've been praying almost every night, right before I go to bed. But yeah, I've just gotten closer to God and made better relationships.
After this trip, well, going in, I never really thought of myself, I guess, as a disciple until this trip. each day I guess it was on my radar now. Now that every time I guess I'm somewhere, I realize that I am a disciple, and like what I do, someone's always watching, and just knowing that what I resemble is just meaningful, and I'm aware of that now thanks to this trip.